Honorable Minister Shobha Karandalaje ji, the moderator of this session, Shri Kumaram ji, other co-panelists, the delegates who have come from across the world. Namaskaram to all of you. It's I should say that I'm extremely happy to be here on a very interesting topic, very significant topic. Building bridges, breaking barriers, stories of migrant skills. In fact, the idea of building bridges connects deeply with me because during the last 5 years till May, the 5 years I had the opportunity to visit almost 60 countries in the world, mostly of Middle East and Africa or the eastern part of India, and of course meet with the diaspora, meet with the members of the community, understand the issues they face. And I would also say that migration is not a new phenomenon. Migration is as old as human history. In fact, it is in the humanity's DNA to explore. There are two types of migrations as mentioned by the Honorable Minister as well as the moderator. One is a forced migration. Under compulsions, people seek asylum and then go elsewhere. That's one part of the thing. I will not touch upon those issues. I would like to focus on the other migration, which is basically what I mentioned, to explore new avenues, to search for better opportunities. That is the migration which is benefiting everyone. As Honorable Minister mentioned, it benefits the individual, it benefits the country from where the migration happens, it benefits the country from where the migrant goes. And as of now, India has the largest diaspora of 32 million people living across the globe. And the Prime Minister, our Prime Minister Honorable Narendra Modi ji, he always mentioned about India's unique strength. That is diaspora, that is demography, democracy and diversity. These are the three major features which can be considered as the strength of India. And now when we look at the present scenario, Prime Minister has been always saying that he wants to make, or we want to become the skill capital of the world. Because on the one hand, we see an aging population, whether it is Europe, Korea or Japan. And on the other hand, we have the largest youth manpower in the whole world. 65% of India's population is below the age of 35. So naturally in the coming years, we have a very, very large opportunity with us. And I would say that when we look at the figures, according to the World Migration Report of 2024, World Migration Report of 2024 says that the international remittances, went up almost 700% from 2000 to 2024. And in that, the major share is of India. India is getting out of the total of around 800, somewhere around 800 to 900 billion dollars. India gets 125 billion dollars. So India has a major say, major benefit out of that. But when we look into the details of that, I would say that Government of India has always taken the position that the government is for safe and orderly migration. We are not against migration. We, in fact, would like to see that people go to various places, people try for better opportunities, people search for avenues, people explore their options, and it has to become an organic migration. It has to become transparent. It has to be, and in fact the e-migrate that was initiated in 2014, it has made the migration, the aspect of migration, transparent as well as accessible. Now when we look into the details of the migration, I have felt, especially when I go to the Middle East, there are different type of communities, different type of individuals who migrate. They have to be, and their issues are different, the problems they face are different. One is the blue-collared labor class, which one can say the labor class of the blue-collared thing. Second category is the middle-level management or people who are in middle-level jobs. The third is the professionals. And the fourth is the businessmen who are into big businesses, traders. So the issues faced by all the four are different. All the four face issues. I wouldn't say that the businessmen, they are for them, they are very safe, they don't have any problem. No, they have their own problems. Professionals have their own problems. The middle order or the such people, they have their own problems. And the blue collar people, they have their own issues. Now when I look at the issue, during the last 5 years I can say that we have the Mother Portal. In spite of the Mother Portal, I had initiated a portal in my office separately, and during the last 5 years I dealt around 4,000 cases individually of people who are in jail, harassment of women, people who were not getting their salary or post retirement or after they left the job, the benefits that are due to them. So these issues, as moderator Mr. Kumaran mentioned, because he has worked both in the Middle East as well as in Singapore. So you are aware of the both sides of the issue. So the consular activities, I think we feel the strength of the Indian consulate or the embassies, we need to assess what is the strength of the diaspora, whether the strength of the consulate or embassies commensurate with the strength of the diaspora. If you have, like Saudi Arabia, where you have 3 million people. For 3 million people, what is the strength of persons who will deal with consular issues? And what will be the strength of a country? Today somebody was telling me he is coming from Finland. He is the only delegate. He mentioned to me, I am the only delegate in this conference from Finland. The number would be less. Of course, that number will be an educated number. There will be professionals. So where there are blue-collared workers, the strength of our mission, that mission's capability to address the issues, because they consider embassy to be the government which is accessible to them. Government of India, every member of the Indian community who is abroad, he will consider the mission as the government. So how they can solve the issues? For that, being on the other side of the issue, being the person who was in charge of consular affairs also, I know that how hard our mission, people in the mission have been working. But their strength is, whether it is commensurate with the strength of the diaspora, this is one. Second is, because I have taken almost 8 minutes, I will stop here because there are 7 panelists. I thought that I will take 8 to 9 minutes Then maybe a second round if I get, I will take 3-4 minutes. So the issue faced by the blue-collar people go as domestic help. People go as drivers, or those who go in search of such jobs but not through proper means. This is an issue that is being faced by the blue-collar people. How to solve that issue? And in that, the migration policy, we are making efforts. I understand that the government is making efforts to see that it is orderly and safe. But for that, the awareness in the society also has to be improved. If somebody dupes a person and takes that lady as a domestic worker, but doesn't get the job that was promised, the fault is neither with the embassy, the fault is neither with the government, the fault is the person who goes and those who have misled them. Even I would say that the registered recruiting agencies, most of these cases are not done by them. They are done by the unscrupulous agencies. And in that, the cases have to be dealt by the state governments. Those state governments have to be more vigilant on the one hand, but at the same time, how to create the awareness in the society that government will support you, government is ready to support you. Please go through the orderly means, recognized means. Don't take means and routes which are not has been announced by the government of India. So I will stop it here because there are many people here who can speak about the professionals, who will speak about the big businessmen, but for the blue-collar, I don't know whether anybody will be taking on that issue. That's why I said that I will focus on that. In the second part, if required and if provided an opportunity, I will come to the other part.